Hello, and welcome to another Corey Can Do, where we're making this awesome headband, superhero cuff, and necklace. It's all happening, so grab your Tetrapaks and join me. You will need about 4 to 6 Tetrapaks, and you're going to want to have some round-shaped objects, your permanent markers, stapler, pencil, sheets of A4 paper, and a newspaper, and definitely don't forget a pair of scissors. Right, here we go. Once you've got your A4 paper folded, you're going to grab your round shapes and take your time creating some interesting looking designs. So I'm going to place the larger plate up here at the top, and this is going to give me that kind of upper wing span. So once I've got my circles in place, I want to get another curve on the go. This is sort of going to mark my outer circle. That's the center of my headband. And then I'm going to take my large plate again and copy a lower section so that I know what my wings look like roughly. Cool. Now I've got this shape. I'm just gonna improvise a little bit here by getting some other curves put in. This will help me just to make sure that when I'm doing my shape, I've got a little bit of support. When I was designing this superhero headband, I was improvising, but you guys can take your time, draw something out, look at some superhero pictures, and imagine whatever you'd like to make. It's a pretty easy process. What we've done by folding this sheet in half is make sure that when we cut it out, we're going to have a symmetrical shape to work with. So, cut it out at super high speeds. There we go. Now you can see what the shape looks like. I'm going to show you some other versions that I made earlier. These are using the same kind of principle, using the plates to get different round shapes. And I'm always folding my paper in half so that when I go to cut my shape out and I open it out, it gives me a nice mold to work against. So, as you guys know, we're working with Tetrapaks, so make sure you've washed and cleaned them, and then prepare them by cutting off the bottom and the top, cutting up the seam at the back, and making sure that they are super dry before you go to use your permanent marker on them. Once they're dry, you're going to want to pop your mold on there. Now, I'm going to do half of my mold, so I'm going to draw around my circular shape and into my wing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because the Tetra Pak doesn't fully fit the mold, so I'm going to get 2 halves out and connect them up with the inner circular shape. So trace around your mold. I'm making sure that I can get 2 of my wing shapes out of this Tetra Pak. Cool, and then we cut it out at super high speeds. And once we've got that cut out, you can play around with the shape and change the angles of your wings if you wish, and then just staple it centrally. Now I'm going to get my headband out by making 3 long strips. They're all the width of my ruler, and I'm going to staple them together. place my head into the headband and measure it out so that I know that it fits me. Once I've got that stapled, I'm going to connect it to my decorative piece. Great, so now we're ready to decorate. Grab your permanent marker, place a sheet of newspaper underneath so that you don't mess up your table. And we're basically going to try and get some wing shapes out of here. So I'm drawing some easy curves that follow the lines along the edges. Once I've got those in place, I'm going to put some loop shapes inside. And with my chunkier permanent marker, I'm going to contour my whole mold. Drawing a central circle. And now I'm going to also give the headband a little bit of detail. Here I'm just adding a little bit of shading. This always gives the wings some nice depth. It's good to have permanent markers that are two different thicknesses so that you can get different cross-hatched lines into your shapes. Now I'm doing some vertical lines on my headband to disguise some of the creases that are in my Tetrapak material. This also gives the headband that look of being made from old metal. Great. So now we've got our headband. I want to show you a similar approach to making the collar and the cuffs. So taking an A4 sheet of paper, we want to fold it in half again. This time I'm going to get 2 cuff molds. So I'm going to fold the paper in half again. Use one of my circular shapes. And then I'm going to angle a line down from the front. This angle sort of mimics what happens with your arms, your forearms, that they kind of widen toward the elbow. Here I'm just correcting that angle because my wrists are definitely slimmer. Here we go. So now I've got my 2 arm cuffs. And here I've got my collar piece. So for this collar piece, I also used a sheet of A4 paper. Traced around my larger plate to get my curves. Scalloped it to give it some wing shapes and added a little peak and a point. Once you've got this cut out, you can see what your chest piece is going to look like. Now it's time to trace them onto my Tetrapaks. Cut these out at super high speeds. And the nice thing about this Tetra Pak material is that it's really flexible. You can perforate it and staple it, and it's pretty resistant. It doesn't rip easily. And it's that wonderful silvery material that gives our different pieces that metallic look which we're going for. And it's great because it's something you can find in the home and you're recycling. Great. Once I've got my shapes cut out, similar process to what I did earlier with the headband. Decorate it however you would like with different shapes. Here I'm going to show you how I tried to tie it into my headband by mimicking the curves and the feather effect that I did earlier. I crease the Tetrapaks for the cuffs down the middle so that I've got an easier way to work my shapes symmetrically. And I put some rivets so that it looks like it's made from metal. Now I'm going to show you how we tie them on. Using any ribbon that you like, you can hole punch yourself a couple of spaces that you can then lace up. So to lace it up, take a length of ribbon, about 50 centimeters will do, and then I start with a knot at one end and lace my way through the cuff. This makes it really easy to slip on and off, and it means you can tighten it to your arm. Once you've got that in place, you just tighten it off, and there you go, a superhero cuff. For the collar, I did a similar thing. I hole punched, laced a 1 meter length of string along, and then it's ready to wear. So, go out and be the best superhero you can be. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe.